bed. Let me make sure I'm sitting all the way up. Get my hair looking right. So, okay. So, I said I was gonna come back because I have a hard extrapolation about the truth about what's going on with Connor. And for all the new people, CV, the plague, the man-made pestilence. So first, just tell me hi. Let me know you're there. My beloved Suzanne is there. I was able to tell Suzanne the other night, uh, and it's rough but you got to prepare. This is the time you have to prepare. Do everything in your power to prepare, because this supply chain is gonna bust. Um, I'm about to show you mathematical proof of that. Okay. Hey Kamala. Hey Doc. Hey Mike. That's what I did. I watched Trump's. That's why it took so long for me to come back, because I watched Trump's speech, and it was heartbreaking, guys. I mean, and when I say heartbreaking, it's like we're in the Matrix then. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't even allude to sound like he was alluding to say a message under the message. He wasn't. It was literally like, oops, I didn't know y'all was gonna take it that far. You know what I mean? And so I really thought I was gonna see something there. I mean, sorry for plunging you guys into the apocalypse is basically what he didn't even say that. He literally said nothing except for about the wall and the accomplishments. But I did think about something I thought personally about the fact that I'd always realized that that wall, they said it was to keep people out, but then I thought, is the wall to keep us in? But then now with him being in Texas, I'm thinking, is the wall to watch his back where nobody could come in, for where he's gonna be? But when he started talking, I just went, he didn't even allude to anything. So I don't know. I don't know. We're in the Matrix, guys. That's how I feel. Like a total Matrix. All right. Hey, Kamala. Hey, Doc. Hey, Mike. Famine and hyperinflation. Okay. So that's why I came back live. This has been hard. Like when I first figured it out mathematically, it was hard. It was a hard realization. I realized we're no longer, I mean, we're not nearly as prepared as one would need to be prepared. Yeah, you got to get really prepared. Okay. So I want you guys to think back. Hey, Charlie. I want you guys to think back, to when this all started, this time last year, right? Many of us didn't even know it was going on. I knew it was going on, and I was asking people, like, looking at pictures or film from across seas of people falling out in the street. I was like, could this possibly be real? And my dad was like, it's real. It looks real. It would take, a fortune to recreate something like this. So that's when we realized it was, something coming. But then by March 16th, they put us on lockdown. And then by May 5th, like 70 something thousand people had died in America alone. So, and at that point, I still didn't know if it was real. I felt like that whole concept with the flu. Remember people used to say, "Oh, it's no more harmful than the flu." I used to believe that. I really did. And then I got it. Right? Then me and my husband got it, and my brother-in-law died. That day that I went to the funeral and came back, I was sitting here, and you know how I can't explain it. Just I just saw his body, his dead body in my memory. Like it just kept flashing before me. And it was kind of like this pain where it was like, I thought this wasn't real. This not supposed to be happening. So I thought this wasn't real, but yet I'm looking at your body, like this isn't you anymore. So then I thought about that and looked at the numbers of people that have died up to now. And it was 300 and no 300 and like 70, 80 million people have died from uh May 5th to this current date. So now I started thinking, well, we know this is real. I can't say it ain't real. And remember, I told you guys, it made me feel, I know that it's a man-made pestilence because it made me feel like my vibration was off, like they switched the channel on me. And every now and then I feel myself feeling this vibration. But that's why people was falling to the ground. Those people might not have been dead that they were showing us like in last messages and stuff. But there is a point with COVID where you're standing there and you drop. You drop. You just, it feels like you faint. Yeah, you get disconnected from your limbs. So with that being said, it's real. So if it continues at the pace that it's going, it is safe to multiply it at least by two, right? I'm sure there's some other exponent because it's moving exponentially. So I'm sure there's some actual exponent that it's moving by. But now we're seeing about 100,000 people per month, every 30 days dying from it. That tells me by this time next year, the infrastructure of America should be depleted, like the nurses and doctors, they shouldn't be at, not too many of them at work anymore. Because like I was scrolling, what else also made me realize this? I was scrolling my Facebook and now everybody, I mean, everybody got somebody in the hospital or on their deathbed when it comes to COVID and there's some violent things going on out there too. But you see nothing but death. Like it didn't used to be that way. You know what I mean? It used to be that one person that could say, pray for me. Everybody's praying for that person. Now everybody's saying, pray for me. That tells me a lot. Um, so I wanted to so this is outside of religion, outside of politics. I hope I'm showing you why it is so important to prepare. Prepare food, water, and warmth and security. Those are the topics you got to think about when you're preparing, okay? Food, water, warmth, and security, okay? Um, we are change, MD said. We're being lied to about CV. Their numbers are wrong and the charts. I've been I've been proven to be wrong. I'm not denying that. You got sick, but you have found out that there's a misdiagnosis. You know what? I've been there, so I can't change your mind about that. That until you're there, because I remember when I got there, I had also thought, just know this, I'm like real is real. I'm not the typical like YouTuber that's trying to act a certain kind of way. I'm so doggone real, it don't make no sense. But there was a moment when I got there, it was like, oh, this is the code. But when it took hold, I literally laid there. Look, my husband sleep on this side of the bed, and went, baby, I feel like I'm about to die. Real talk. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly how it happened too. To where he was like, I actually did what Kamala's on here. That's a friend of mine here from Cleveland. And I did what she told me to do because she felt the same thing. I played gospel music, so I felt like I could choose to die. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like I didn't feel like my body was fighting. I felt like I could be like, you know what? I don't want to be here no more and just let go. that's why I had to tether myself to some music. That's what Kamala gave me the idea to do. And the next day, my husband went to the hospital. Now, I'll tell you this. Here's the difference. And there's some people who no longer on this earth because they knew this truth. Um, but I've been drinking baking soda water. I don't know if y'all heard of Dr. Sebi. Um, he died supposedly in a prison with the ammonia, something like that. But this man claimed to cure all diseases. But he was talking about through the alkalining of the body, because mucus, all sickness is a mucus, either growing and getting hard or staying as a mucus. It could be a tumor, whatever the case may be. So I thought about it and I said, you know what? I'm going to start drinking baking soda water because that alkalines the body, right? Like with that's how you make the volcano by the fizz from the acid is taken out because you put the baking soda in it. And baking soda is a natural mineral called sodium bicarbonate, and they took the minerals out, which neutralizes the mucus. It's like mucus. Um, Baking soda reacts to mucus like a slug reacts to salt. It dissolves it. So, long story short, I say that because my husband, I had one packet of Theraflu. My husband took the packet of Theraflu. Instead, I drank a tall glass of warm baking soda water. But before that moment, we had the exact same symptom. I'm talking about, it wasn't like, how people say, I feel this way, you feel that way. No, no, no. Me and him started coughing. Then we both had to lay down. Like it was on point, the exact same. So then that next day after he drank the Theraflu, his lungs filled up with fluid. And it looked like he was dying, y'all. Like it was like his eyes were. He was. You know how when you talk to someone who's passing away, they're far off. That's how his eyes was. So I took him to the hospital and they kept him for 5 days. But when he got home, I gave him some baking soda water, and it felt like the body was able to ride it out. But I was totally dry. Like even my brain felt dry. Um, but sodium bicarbonate is a salt. So, okay, so yeah, so drink baking soda water. I'm definitely a proponent. Even if you don't got anything to put in it, even though something like lemon would make it taste better because it tastes like salt water. Um, but he's no longer here. And Nipsey Hussle, I don't know if y'all know about this, but in my culture, there was a dude named Nipsey Hussle. He was a rapper, but he was doing a documentary on Sebi. I don't know how to pronounce it really. I don't want to mess it up. Sebi, Dr. Sebi. And they got rid of him. And then Nick Cannon decided to pick it up, and they culture canceled him. Um, so with that being said, I believe for me, yeah, for me, COVID's real, undeniable, and I don't shoot the shit with nobody. I keep it real. I know I told y'all I didn't grow up in the church. Y'all know that too. I'm me. I don't know why God would choose a wretch like me to have such experience. Like everybody, if you watch any of our older videos, God on January 8th, 2019, knocked me down off of my feet and told me all of this was going to happen. And I told actually Faithful witnessed it, and that's how me and Faithful got so close, because she just kept witnessing these I guess miracles, but just these manifestations of God where there was no way I could know those things. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say this. If it is, if I used to be in a MLM, like a multi-level marketing type of thing. And one of the things they always taught us to say was, okay, what if it's not real? But if you ask yourself, what if it's not real? You got to also ask yourself, what if it's real? And I'm going to say, considering my Facebook shows me just scrolling, everybody is experiencing massive death right now. My brother-in-law died. So, And we all got sick at the same time. So whatever we did it at the same time because all four of us, me, him, his girlfriend, and my husband, all got sick at the same time, and he died. So, whew, that was rough. Okay. Oh, everybody was still talking while I was just rambling. I'm sorry. But honestly, we are looking at that. That's something we gotta say, what if we're looking at that? So get food, water, warmth, and security. Work on that for right now. I don't know what's going on with this government. So focus on what we know mathematically has already happened. So therefore, we're still in the middle of it. We're looking at about 120,000 people per month dying. Even if it's from other things, we're still looking at that. So that means they're still coming in, stressing the hospital system for the next amount of time. Yeah, it's not going to be too much longer before the supply chain itself breaks. That's all I'm saying. And so you got to, I don't know what's going to happen on that political side, but mathematically, the essential workers, the people that really run this country, is going to break down eventually if it keeps going at this rate. So you got to make sure that you prepared. Do your best because there's no way to fully prepare, but do your best. That's what I'm saying. Because I realized I couldn't get ready to the level that I thought I could when it comes down to really recognizing what I'm seeing. And, I've canceled because I believe it's that real or something. But here's the deal. Why would the devil fake kill people? I thought about that day. I went, why would the devil fake kill people? That's pointless. No, he really killing people. So however they're dying, that many people is being attributed as death at every month at this point, right? So please prepare. Prepare. We know it's possible. Okay. Jamila said, wisdom, I was shown that God is calling home those that he has other plans for. Me too. Oh, girl, I was shown the same thing. A lady called me with a dream about someone going to be with God to fight in his army. And then 2 days later, Kenny died. So I believe that. Oh, wow. I don't know what is going on in these comments. Um, Well, nice to have you, Charlie, but we don't do that around here. Um, I don't know what y'all got going on down there. Look, I'm the mama for a teacher right now. Hold up now. This is the love and forgiveness channel. We don't do that to people. And love and forgiveness don't mean stay. It just mean I don't mean you no harm in the name of Jesus. I don't know what's going on down there. Okay, so Jamila said, eating a red apple before eating your meal puts your whole digestive system in the right pH, right? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Come on now. I learned that from a woman holding classes when my daughter was little. We tested with a pH stick our saliva. That is so cool. And I did the test for the pH with the water. And yeah, none of them had the right pH. Not Fiji, none of them. So yes, I don't know what's going on down there. Okay. So what's my composition of baking soda? I am not recommending my composite, like I'll tell you what it is, but this is no recommendation because you got to be careful if you got something like high blood pressure, you know what I mean? But I do the same as that's another thing. Another way, what confirmed that would work. I was watching a video from like a lady who had survived the Spanish flu back in 19, like, I don't know, 19 something. She was over 100 years old. And it's an old video. So this video is probably about 4, 5, 6 years ago. Well, anyways, the old lady said that her family was the only family that didn't get sick. She said it got so bad that her family had to bury people, like they became nurses, doctors kind of thing within the community because they had to bury people. It was so bad. And she said her family was the only family that didn't get sick. And it was because mama, she said mama would put have us drink 2 tablespoons of that soda water. That's how she said that baking soda, that soda water. She said, I believe that's why we didn't get sick. I believe it neutralized our system. And that's all she said about it. Like it was just that long. It was talking about everything else. The focal point was most of the other stuff. But she said that one little sentence and I went, I knew it. I'm about to drink baking soda water. So that's how I did it, was with the 2 teaspoons in a tall glass. I do it with hot water because the taste tastes like salt. I don't, I haven't done the combinations that I'm seeing people put. Um, but, I just did it baking soda and water. Okay. Oh, Crouch said it's the natural sunshine. It has a bit of vitamin D in it. And I can't believe this what shows you this is a pandemic. Because I can't believe with all that we got going on, that gates of hell got the nerve to be trying to darken out the sun. Like, dude, we are going through enough. If y'all don't leave your murder hornets, your genetically modified, if y'all, they just doing the most. They need to stop. Okay? So yeah, I know about the vitamin D, and he is actually working with the college to blacken it out or to dull it out or something like that. I don't know. Too much. I believe that. Crouch also said, I believe he's talking about or she is talking about the Connor's meds. Y'all know that's what we call it here, Connor's meds. But basically saying that people are getting Bell's palsy and stuff. So, okay, I'm glad y'all said that. So let me tell y'all what I've decided to do, because now this is our number one concern, right? We don't have any other concerns. What they gonna do, they gonna do, right? And if he is the false prophet, we gonna see fire rain down from the sky soon. So there ain't nothing we can do about it until they make a move. But we can focus on Connor's meds, okay? So this is what I've decided to do. Remember, I told you to plead the fifth all the way to the Supreme Court. You know, even though I know it's real and I know it's about to get bad, bad, I still don't want it because I do love God and I do trust Him over them. I like my DNA. I don't want anything that makes continual antibodies for something that I do believe is man made to be attached to my body in any way, shape, or form. So I don't want it. Uh, with that being said, this is my argument. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna try this under the fact that my family is not financially stable enough to put myself or my children, anyone within it, in jeopardy to be like Bell's palsy or to be decapacitated. I would rather them get the shot at having a full life than the jail sentence of being trapped within their body. We can't afford to take on that type of burden. You get what I'm saying? So not what I'm saying, you know, not the fact that I don't want it to change me. I'm gonna say I can't afford it. This is a corporation, right? So I can't afford. And as long as you can't sue, and I'm also gonna put in there, as long as you can't sue the people that do this, my answer is no, because I can't take the financial burden of what they're doing. You get what I'm saying? Y'all see how I'm because now we got to start figuring out uh what we gonna say. How are we gonna stand that persecution? Um Yeah. And plead the fifth all the way to the Supreme Court and research some countries. I've seen Tanzania seems to be anti all of this. They don't even do the mask and stuff. Um, but to see where we could get asylum in the case that they do try to force us to participate with Connor's meds. And speaking of Connor's meds, okay, this is what I want you to do. It's about to become um hold on, wait, I'm sorry, somebody said my body my rights, girl, or whoever said that. Oh, that's Mike. I had said over and over again that I was gonna try this under rape, right? Because like, if I can't let a man make a baby with me, why would I let him bind his DNA to me, right? So I was gonna charge it under under rape as well. I just had to say that. I said my body, my rights. You are telling the truth. But yeah, no, that is that's what we have to do now, is figure out how we're going to stand and prepare for that. That's the number one thing that we have to focus on. I was about to say something, but it slipped my mind. I hope it comes back. Kamala said, I would love in, wait, I would love in fear of what's in, oh, I would live in fear of what's in my body forever. Me too. So with that being said, thank you. You brought back what I was trying to say. So with that being said, guys, this is about to be like politics and religion. You know how in the workplace you don't talk about politics and religion? I really want, and I don't want to start talking about systemic racism, but I know what it feels like for people not to understand your culture, right? So it's important that we don't go around telling people not to take Connor's meds. You get what I'm saying? Instead, ask questions, because you don't want to condemn people on a daily basis. Because if they've already done it, I've met, or not met, I know so many people that have done it but won't tell me and won't even talk to me. Like, not won't talk, not outwardly like I ain't talking to her, but no, won't talk to me like I had to choose my career, or I would have lost everything that I work for, because the jobs are offering this. You know what I mean? So it really is attached to your financial wealth. So what's done has been done, um, as it relates to these people. So I just don't want you to go around condemning them, because that's persecution too. You get what I'm saying? Um, because eventually they're going to be able to turn around and persecute us. You get what I'm saying? Telling on you who won't. So that's another one. Don't offer up that opinion so quickly. Ask questions, so that you can hear how others feel. Because that, like Kamala said, I would live in fear of what's in my body. And if a person might be middle class, they've worked really hard for the things they have. So the thought of, and most of them are living beyond their means at this point. You get what I'm saying? Because they worked so hard and it was moving so well that they need their job or they lose everything. Um, so don't get me wrong. I'm saying God said, give up everything, pick up your cross and follow him. And that's what I did. I quit my job. I I quit my job, gave up my MLM because I was making residual income with that and everything. I sold my car. I gave up everything. Ah, I really did give up everything though. But because this is all nothing compared to standing for God. You know what I mean? Like, maturity with God comes in the moment when it ain't just about what he could do for you. It's about caring about how he feels and what you could do for him and what he deserves, and how he might feel at this point. That's maturity in God. Um, so I hope I got that point across. And I'm sorry. I just want to say, judge, yet let's not be judged. That's exactly right, Mike. Um, Okay, Righteous Daughter said go check out the video on Stop the Crime later on, which I just wanted to fulfill what I said from the earlier uh video, because it's important to recognize that. That's, so many people will treat us as if, because we're Jesus freaks or whatever the case may be, or we're just in love with God and we do have another level of faith. They would see us as crazy. You know what I mean? So it's important, if you threw all that away, like the God part, if you threw even the politics, like on what the false prophet gonna do, if you threw all that away and threw away the asteroids, if you threw everything away, okay, the one thing that has been doing something and affecting things, and we can say we see evidence of its effect, you gotta multiply that by two, just mathematically. So really prepare, prepare, make sure, and that might just mean even downsizing. Like, let's say, if you could, downsize or lessen the bills that come out automatically, like your Siri bill or whatever the case may be, your gym membership or your Zoom. I got rid of my Zoom account, my Audibles account. Go through and see where you can trim the fat. Um, Also, right? But food, water, warmth, and security, fortifying. With the warmth, you know what I had bought? They're not that expensive. You know those packets that you break and they get hot, like for sports games? I bought big, like, boxes of those. Just so that warmth part is important. Okay. Mike said asteroids, Nubaru is coming back, magnetic alterations, the EMF cloth will help. That's another topic. You telling the truth. Like I said, that's though, if you read the Bible, the way the Bible is set up, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you read it with fresh eyes, minus what the churches and stuff said, it really does match. That's the only thing left, is for fire to rain down from the sky. Everything else is pretty much accomplished um within, Daniel and that 13. Um so yeah. Crouch said you could also heat up rocks to make those little packets, or that act as those little packets I got. Kamala said make sure you lessen those bills, right? Yeah, turn off the lights. um get in the food line. If you have a church food line or something like that, go ahead and get in the line. If you need, if you need that storehouse and really really can't afford it, you get what I'm saying? um oh, okay, Mike. A mountain, I saw that a mountain was thrown into the ocean. um I have the article on my phone, where it was a volcano and one whole side of it fell off and fell into the ocean. And then it I believe it rained or something like that for 100 days straight, as lightning was coming from it, producing antimatter, because they said, like, they was explaining why would something like this happen. And so they didn't call it antimatter. They had said that the electrons are creating positive charges, and that's what's producing the continual lightning or something like that. So I don't think it might not have rained. It might have lightened for 100 days. Um, yeah, look that up. Lightning for 100 days. Google though, lightning or rained for 100 days, or in volcano. Um, so that one happened. I saw that, and the waters turned red. We saw that. I saw the waters turn red here in Cleveland myself. Took pictures of it. Showed Faithful. Faithful's husband saw it as well. Okay, so yeah, that's happened. We saw the beaching of the whales, but there's no way to know what's under the sea. there. But we saw the birds falling dead. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you were talking about a meteor. Okay. So yeah, a lot going on. Now's the time to cheer though. Worship your father. Let him know that you love him. Let him know that no matter what, you're on his side. And for that little ugly voice to try to tell you not worthy enough, be just as silly as you want with it and be like, so, that's what I do over and over again. So. And I still worship him though. So do that. Um, yeah, and pray. All right, guys, I gotta let you go. Uh, thank you for coming back to sit with me. It's about 38 of you. Praise God. Can't believe we here. I remember I remember when all this first started happening and Faithful she was so awesome nurturing me into accepting what was going on. And we thought about handing out little flyers to try to tell people about love and forgiveness. But then a year later, there's a whole YouTube channel full of people watching. Um, so my husband just walked in. So I'm gonna let you guys go. All right. Uh, he got to. My son go back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I think the manager wasn't there. They double booked or something. All right. All right. Thank you guys, and I appreciate you as well. All right. Bye bye.